Well, no, you actually it's actually a good segue. You just mentioned about like going out of the country to places to
Yes.
play poker, and this has kind of been pending for a while. Um, we wanted to do we kind of do some casino poker room reviews every few couple of weeks. When we have a podcast, you're doing most of the traveling, but I actually was able to head up to Casino Niagara, just over the border into Canada. Um,
You
early
you went to was it
April, I
Casino
guess.
was it Casino Niagara? Was that the actual one you went to?
Yeah, I went to Casino Niagara. So I
Okay.
went there. I went to Canada for the total solar eclipse because like where we stayed, Niagara Falls was right in the path of totality. So went up there with the fam. We stayed at Sheridan Falls View, which is like literally right over the border into Canada. Beautiful, beautiful hotel. A ton of amenities. It's like right in the heart of like I guess you what we consider downtown Niagara. Like literally, you look out your window and there's a fall, hence Falls View. But the best part was, and I didn't know this until like 2 or 3 days before we left, that you could literally walk through the casino or through the hotel to the casino. Like it was attached to the hotel.
You were
And
like,
I'm like, wait a minute, they got a casino? And they're like, and yeah. And I'm like, they got poker? And I'm like, yeah. So needless to say, my first night there, I was like, kids are in bed. See you later. um, but I have a couple notes on it. It was a small room. It wasn't too big, but it was definitely like grinder fest. Like there was enough people in there that they knew what they were doing. It's 19 to get in, which I was kind of surprised about. So I'm like, why 19? You know what I mean? So
that's a weird age.
it was weird. I don't know why it was 19 to get in. I had a question mark with that. I'm like, wait a minute, you have to be 19 to get in? Doesn't make really much sense. But dude, they check you in at the door. You got to show ID, the whole 9 yards. I didn't have to show my passport; just had to show my government ID. But they won't let you up. They won't let you in. They got security guards like right at the entrance. So it opens at noon every day. Closes at 4 a.m. They were spreading a 2-5, a 1-3, no limit, pot limit Omaha game. But it was funny. So I played on a 1-3 game, and it's like a 300 max, which I was like, ugh, like 300 max. Like most tables now, it's like maybe like 500 max. Like when you're
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
like a 1-3 game, it's usually like a 500 max.
yeah, yeah.
But dude, I sat down and literally sat down with $300, and everyone else had like 1,500 in front of them,
Mm.
which means they went like these guys were grinding and grinded up, $300 up to 1,500, and most of them had like 12, $1,500. Like the minimum was me, and I'm like, damn. And it was like standard raises were like $15, $25. Like it played like a 2-5 game. Um,
That's tough those games because I like some of the places will do you can do the match. Like so whatever the table matches. So like if someone's got
yeah.
1,500, then you can buy into 1,500.
I didn't ask that. I mean, maybe they did allow it, but I was like, and this was my first night, so I was kind of like a little taken aback. But then the next night I went, there wasn't so many juiced up stacks, but it still played very, very aggressive. These dudes were all in on poker, like, all that nerd talk at the game. I wish I had King Nine of Hearts in my four betting range. And it's like, okay, like,
All
whatever,
right,
dude.
all right, Dave.
Um, but the thing that I didn't like about it was every 30 minutes you had to pay $7 as a part as like time, or like
That seems
every
about
dealer
right.
change. And then they took another dollar for like the bad beat jackpot at the time. I think it was like 40 grand or something like that was in the pot. So I mean, I felt like the rake was high, but the thing that really caught me off guard is, and this is where people need to understand, is that when you go play in other countries, it's you're paying that conversion rate, right? So even though the dollar might be worth a certain amount here, it's not worth the same amount in other countries. So I think I bought in for like $300, and I wound up getting like, I don't know, maybe 250. And I was like right off the bat, I'm like, because I have US dollars and I don't have Canadian, so I was already kind of like working like against the grain. And then they charge you to convert it back to
Mm.
US dollars. Like you
Yeah.
don't go like if
No
like
way.
let's say I put 300 and they gave me 250 and then I was like, here's my 250. They're not going to give me 300 back. Like even if it's
Yeah.
like within 2 seconds of making the transaction. So even
I
though
just,
I won, I didn't actually win because I had to pay to convert my money
yeah.
back to US dollars. Um,
I
so it
just
kind
wanted
of
to look up
sucked,
real.
but
I just want to look up real quick so I compared it. So the lodge where we went to, I was looking at the rate there because the rental fee hour was $11 an hour. So yeah, this was way higher because you're paying 14 plus you're playing on the bad beat or whatever on there as well.
every
So
hand,
yeah,
yes.
that's a high
Yeah,
rate.
it was a lot. I felt that it was a lot, and I was just like, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, the room was nice. I would definitely, if you're gonna go to Niagara Falls and kind of try and make a trip out of it. Yeah, I'm not trying to promote Sheridan Falls View, whatever, but it was very very convenient because you still got to be a degenerate while enjoying the landscape of Niagara Falls. And dude, it was my first time there and just getting off the poker world. Like we always talk about, when you're traveling for poker, like do something other than poker. You know what I mean? Like get
Yeah.
out there, do some sightseeing. Get a feel of where you're at. I mean, you've been up there, like you know what it's like. I mean, dude, it was my first time there, and I was blown away. I'm like,
It's almost like a Wildwood with like a little like I don't know. It's like got like all that touristy stuff mixed in the
yes,
middle there.
yes. But I'm just talking about the falls
Oh
themselves.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting. Like I've been to other places, like I've been to Hawaii, I've seen waterfalls, like I've seen like beautiful landscapes, but like I had no idea it was as big as it was. Like it's enormous. Like it's a
Yes.
huge, and it's not just like one waterfall. It's like it's it's like
Yeah.
15 falls of water cascading over in like two different spots. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But it was cool. We went on, we took one of the boats out. We did one of the boat tours, got soaked. Oh my god, it was terrible. But it was cool. Like I enjoyed going up there. I would definitely go again. I've heard things about the U.S. side, mixed things, but I'll definitely go to the Canadian side just because I can
Yeah.
be a degenerate and play at that casino.
Yeah,
So,
I want to definitely do it. It's a good like weekend trip too. You know what I mean? Where you
yeah,
don't
that's
have
what it
to be
was. It
like,
was quick.
yeah.
Yep, it
I
was
want to take
like,
the kids up there and do like a family trip. Well,
yep,
we were supposed to go there with my fiance. We were supposed to go there, and that's when we went with Lingo.
yeah,
I had to
that's what you were
cancel it.
saying.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yep,
was just
yep,
so I
yep.
was looking up on the page. The baby jackpot right now is like 35,000. Quads are better. I was just looking. It looks like they have some kind of like $1,000 summer tournament going on right now. $1,000 buy-in, like multi-day event.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I believe the WPT used to have a series here every year too.
So I think you might be confusing that with Playground. There's a
Okay.
place called Playground that's up there too,
Yes.
because a lot of the people were talking about Playground because the WPT was coming there for a tournament series like within the next month or two or something like that.
Okay.
I remember a couple of guys were talking about like, oh, are you going to play? Da, 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 da. Like, yeah, they got this $1,000 event. I'm going to play. Like they were talking about it coming. It might have been like the end of April, beginning of May. Um, but I didn't know where that was in relation to where I was at. But it was cool. Like they have casino too. They have slot machines. I mean, I wasn't really doing that, but a little bit. But I know you dabble in it, so it was cool.